What's up guys, TechSmart here, and we are taking a look at one of our last updates about the 2018 iPhones, and I'm so excited for that. Why? Because we are most likely gonna see a lot of new products besides the iPhone 10, and obviously I'm still excited about the iPhone 10s and so. Alright, so let's go ahead, and by the way, some of these rumors that I'm about to talk to you, the first ones are at least are a bit late in news, but it's just that every time I try to make the video, other news come out, so I just want to include it on one video. And so today I just decided to stop, make the video, and whatever happens next I'll just include in another video. So let's go ahead and finally talk about what we're gonna see and what are the latest rumors and leaks regarding the new iPhones. Alright, so the 6.1 inch is most likely gonna be delayed because because of the LCD leakage, and it is expected that Apple might have run into these problems when they were making the iPhones, just because you're kind of like flexing the display and stuff. So it is possible, and it was predicted in the first place, that Apple would really run into these problems. And it's not, some people thought maybe just because they want to increase the premium phones, like in terms of sale, just for people to buy them more. But I just don't think that's a problem. That would just be so like not cool of Apple to do that. And alright, so the next leak is probably something that is misunderstood before. The new iPhone 10 and 10 Plus were rumored that they would actually become like lesser bezels, but that's just all misunderstood. So what's gonna happen is that the iPhone 10 and iPhone 10 Plus are going to have the same bezels as just previous iPhone 10. The thing is, the 6.1 inch iPhone will have a slightly thicker bezel, and I'm not sure, just because it's easier to do it, because it's easier to make the LCD with that or not, but that's the whole idea behind it that was misunderstood, guys. And we finally got our new leak that pretty much confirms the whole colors thing behind the 6.1 inch iPhone. So some analysts on Twitter are saying that it's gonna come in blue, orange, a new top color, which is kind of like it's kind of like the old iPhone 10 color that we predicted that might happen in the first place, but just a little bit darker. So it's kind of like a copperish tone, and we might see a yellow and a silver and a space gray. No gold color, but I think the top is for that. Really, I'm not sure. Anyway, so it was rumored that it might come in pink or something like that, but I just don't think it will happen. And going on to the next leak, it is rumored that the 6.5 inch iPhone 10 will be supporting split screen, and by split screen, I don't mean that the split screen that you guys are. When I mean by like the one that they have in Samsung. Split screen means like, so it kind of like the same thing that happens on the iPad. So when you open like the settings, you get like the page that you open, or maybe calendar, you get like, a calendar obviously. So it's kind of like taking advantage of the space. On the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 8 they didn't have it because the proportions were still a bit small, but now that they have more screen they can still do that. Alright, so it has been rumored that the two iPhones, which is obviously the premium iPhones, the 5.8 and the 6.5, will be supporting the Apple Pencil. And I just think that if they were to do that, they would have to release a whole new pencil, because obviously the Apple Pencil currently is way too big to hold, and it would be awkward just holding that around. It's obviously unlike the Note, because the Note you can just put it inside the the actual note, and you can just put it away when you don't need it. So it really doesn't make sense to actually to make a feature. I mean, it's good, but like who wants to really use it? Because in this case, just think about this. The actually Galaxy Note is kind of like a working device. So whoever uses the working device uses it as a navigational tool to transfer files, write some things, a note. So in terms of iPhones, you really it's not like as open as the Note, so it's kind of like a locked-in system. So even when you try to use it, as a work device, I just don't think it will, make sense. It is rumored to happen, but I just don't think it will happen. And if it did, it will probably have to have a whole different proportion to it, especially for the new iPhones. Alright, so moving on, the obviously the premium phones are rumored to happen in 512 gigabytes. So I'm guessing at this point it's nothing new, because they gotta compete with Samsung, because Samsung you can go up to terabyte in terms of storage. So they're kind of like, they're just not gonna stay at 256. I mean, they can, but it wouldn't make sense from Apple. Anyway, so just like again, you it's nice, and it's always welcome to have more storage. Alright, so this new rumor actually is pretty important, and it just got me wondering. So there's a new leak that's been shown by an analyst on Twitter that shows us when he was actually looking through the iPhone lineup for this year, they found a whole different iPhone called the iPhone XX, and the iPhone XX doesn't make sense, because digging through the code, and he's tried to know as much about this iPhone as possible, he saw that actually it shares the same like internals inside the things inside the phone as the iPhone 7. So the iPhone 7, so it got me thinking, could it be a new iPhone SE2? I mean, we're not really sure. That's the only thing that's on my mind right now. What would it be? And then it does say that there's no possible way it could be an iPhone SE2, just because the resolution is at the same resolution as the iPhone 7, which doesn't make sense, because I mean, it kind of makes sense, but the resolution could get more dense. I mean, why not? It's about time for like the iPhones to receive more pixels per inch density versus the Galaxies, because it's not bad, and for a phone this small it would look really good with this resolution. So it just got me thinking, maybe it's an iPhone SE2, maybe it's a whole new iPhone that we don't know about at all, and I'm not sure what's it doing there. But I'll be pretty interested to find out if that was actually the iPhone SE2. Alright, so that was the latest leaks and stuff, and now let's get into what do we think that's gonna happen in the release. So we're obviously gonna see the Apple Watches Series 4. So the Apple Watches currently they are rumored to lose current Apple Watches. It's unknown if they're gonna get rid of the Series 1. I think that it's nice. It's just an entry level one. It has it's pretty much a Series 3, just without the waterproofing entirely and the cellular. So what I mean is also that that's probably gonna be the one with the thinner bezels and stuff like that, more features, more sensors. So it's probably gonna be like the major redesign since the original. Alright, so moving on, we are gonna see new iPads, but we don't know if it's gonna be in the same event. It's rumored to happen likely sometime in the fall, but unknown really if it's gonna happen at the keynote. I just have a gut feeling it's probably gonna happen in October, so just because it's gonna be a whole, it's gonna take a big chunk of the keynote, and since now they have 3 iPhones and a mysterious new iPhone to talk about, they might skip this and keep it for another month. It's probably we're not gonna see new MacBook Pros, not anytime soon, because they just released the 2018 MacBook Pros, with the updated specs and stuff a while ago. So if we are gonna see it, probably gonna be either in the next WWDC or somewhere in the late fall. I don't think there's gonna be any upgrade in terms of Apple TV 4K, really. I don't think so, just because they will not have time. So that's probably everything that we might see in the new release, just the Series 4 and the iPhone 10, and that's pretty much that could take an entire event on its own. That's probably everything that we know so far about the rumors and leaks and what's gonna happen at the event. We should be getting a formal really update from Apple soon about the formal event, if not within a week or so, because we're in the last week of August and we're hitting September just like that. So I'll definitely, or I'm not sure about that, but I might leave just one more video, updating you guys if it's a breaking news in terms of a totally game changer, or just a game changer in general, or maybe if there's a whole new thing to add to the list, like the iPhone XX. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.